Well, it's getting more and more unanimous that critics do not like the Eternals movie. Diversity can't save Eternals is a cosmic disaster. This is on Reason.com. Marvel's latest superhero epic is a boring movie about boring people. The guy talks about how in the previous movies, they've had charismatic people in it: Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Tom Hiddleston. Even mentions supporting players like Samuel L. Jackson and such. They had Easter eggs and lore for the comic fans and stuff. But first and foremost, they were built on the strength of lively, deeply appealing characters. I think it's more about just the actors themselves. That made the scenes interesting, even if they weren't written as well. They just made it interesting. Plus, also, the focus on diversity and stuff has seemed to be at the expense of interesting things. Maybe not. I mean, it's hard to say. But at the same time, because one of the biggest problems with the Eternals, in my opinion, I haven't seen it yet. I don't think I will. I'm not going to go to the theaters to watch it. So I'm not going to pay money to see this because the movie doesn't look very good. But the biggest problem I can see with it, based on the trailers and so on and such forth, is not diversity. It's not inclusion. It's none of that stuff. It's that they try to introduce, or they have to introduce, basically 12 characters or so. I'm not exactly sure how many characters, but every time you see a picture of the Eternals, there's like 7 of them standing on the beach or something like that, or 8 of them, or 9, or what the hell ever. Then they also got to introduce the bad guy, or bad guys. They also have to introduce any other, characters and stuff who might be related to the story in some way or other. That's a lot of characters to be introducing. Also, the movie, and I'll click over here as the current Rotten Tomatoes for it, which the tomato meter 51%. That's pretty damn bad. Audience score 86. So I mean, hey, right there, 2 hours and 37 minutes. Jesus Christ. And see, this is what I'm talking about. You look at this picture right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 characters right here. Like, what the fuck, man? And that's not even including the bad guys or any other ancillary type characters or whoever. Holy crap. I mean, that's just freaking ridiculous, man. Anyway, back to the article real quick. So on the side, the real problem with Eternals is that it's a boring movie about boring people. It's overlong, overdependent on barely comprehensible war or lore, underwhelming as a spectacle, and stuffed with uninteresting, unappealing characters who all have the charisma of a pair of marked down pleated khakis. Eternals is a cosmic disaster. Yeah, said the movie starts with a brutal text dump of cosmic lore garbage about celestials and deviants and the 6 singularities, which are never referenced again, and a big robot-looking space god, something or other named Erisham, who, whatever, because none of this really matters. And it's just, it sounds like it's not good at all. It just sounds boring. Why would they do this? I don't, like, these planet-sized interstellar overlords are the film's most powerful ideas and images, talking about the Celestials, which is itself kind of a problem. By the end of the film, the only character I wanted to know more about was Erisham, the cosmically unknowable god thing with the booming voice and too many eyes. That's because every single other person on the screen is an absolute bore. Yes, the movie has the requisite quippy banter and superheroes and normal people shtick bits, including an entire scene built around jokes about beer fermented in spit, which is even less funny than it sounds. But the gags all play like mandatory box-checking exercises forced into the script in order to meet the now expected comic demands of the Marvel movie formula. I mean, Jesus. It's like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem good. Here's Scottish actor Richard Madden is particularly dull as a Superman like Icarus. Look, I like Richard Madden, so I mean, I hope that isn't true, but I can see it. I mean, because just the way the movies are written or directed or whoever. I mean, hey, we'll see. But he did say it's more of a problem with the script, which gives these performers little to do except engage in weak banter until the bad guys show up, and inevitably they have to start shooting computer-generated laser lights from their palms. And it goes on, and it just doesn't like it. The computer-generated bad dudes look like they were rendered on a PlayStation 2. You know, it's like, doesn't seem good. You know, I've already gone 5 minutes with this. You guys, I'm sure you guys already know whether you want to see Eternals or not. I imagine most of you don't want to. You know, whoever does watch this video, but yeah, I mean, I could go on and on, but at this point, why bother? Because everyone, you know, you know that the movie's not going to be any good, or you think that the movie will be good despite the talk and stuff, and you'll go see it anyway. So I mean, I don't think this is going to really sway people, but I am surprised at the tomato meter. Not I don't care much for Rotten Tomatoes, but I am surprised that it's so low. Like there's so many critics have just turned against this. You'd think that they would be like praising the diversity and the inclusion and all that kind of stuff, if nothing else, and would be like, well, it's it's maybe it's a little dry or whatever, but the characters are so interesting because we've never seen it before. We've never seen Asian superheroes, and we've never seen female superheroes and all that kind of shit. You know, the usual stuff that they always come out with. But, I mean, it, maybe the audience score, I don't know. I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes for shit, so, we'll see. But, like I said, it's not going to do well at the box office, I wouldn't imagine. So it's just going to go down. It's going to be like that, the Inhumans TV show, where you're like, ugh. I remember I watched that. It was, not all that good, we'll say. But anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here, though. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.